The one factor that changes the most between person to person with the metabolic rate is the NEAT, or the non-exercise activity thermogenesis. What this means is simply the things you do that does not consider sleeping, eating, or exercising. So things like walking around, fidgeting, typing on your desk, walking from your car to dropping off your kids, going to the stores, whatever is some kind of activity like cooking, cleaning, gardening that is not exercise, eating, or sleeping. And this is why it varies so much from person to person, and this is why it's very hard to calculate. Instead, it's taken as a difference of your total calorie intake. In the equation for TDEE, this is taken coupled with exercise and used as a multiplier to your BMR. When you're filling out the parameters of TDEE, the first portion is to figure out your BMR, and the second portion is to figure out your NEAT plus your exercise. Depending on your activity level, it'll give you a different multiplier for each thing. So for example, the lowest is 1.2. That's a sedentary lifestyle. You have little to no exercise, and you have a desk job. So that's about 1.2 multiplier. Where on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's extremely active. So you're, let's say, working out twice a day, and you have a physically intense job as well too. That multiplier will be 1.9. And there's a breakdown on the calculator, so if you just go there and see, you can see for yourself. But to figure out the calories, it's a little tricky because there's no actual equation to figure out how many calories would account for your NEAT plus your exercise. Instead, you figure out your total calories and subtract your BMR and your TEF to figure out your NEAT. A lot of acronyms, I know. So let's just use an example so we can keep it going from here. So let's say that there's a woman who does not really exercise. She walks once to twice a week, and she has a desk job and doesn't really do much other than that. So let's say that her BMR is 1350. You will use a multiplier of 1.2, which will give you 1620 calories. So you would have 1620 minus the BMR of 1350 minus TEF, which is thermic effective food, which we have to figure out. We haven't given you the equation for that yet. And then that will give you your NEAT plus exercise calories. Stay tuned for the last portion of TEF.